Michigan farmers are calling it the next big thing in farming and for our state. Hemp farming is taking off to new limits with endless possibilities and growth. I traveled to the west side of the state to see what the folks at the Pawpaw Hemp Company and Leduc Blueberries are doing with their plants and why they're putting hemp at the forefront. Take a look.
It was one of those things that gained momentum quickly for us.
David Connor says when he first told his business partner, Joe Leduc of Leduc Blueberries, his vision to grow hemp, there were many questions.
He was like, wait a minute, is this legal, right? That was the big question.
Leduc Blueberries, located in Pawpaw, Michigan, some 155 miles outside of Detroit, has been in the farming industry for decades, growing mostly blueberries. But David says he saw something that can really take off.
If I plant a blueberry plant today, I've probably got 3 to 5 years to wait before I can actually start getting something from that crop. Whereas with hemp, that's a 6-month cycle.
The 2018 Farm Bill legalized farming hemp in Michigan. Farmers were provided with a license and regulations to grow hemp. Now, the difference between hemp and marijuana is the amount of THC in the plant. A hemp plant has no more than 0.3% THC. A marijuana plant has anywhere from 5 to 20% THC. David and Joe decided they plant 40 acres of hemp seeds and see what happens, and take advantage of both the blueberry and hemp harvest.
And we need to add more value to what we're doing as farmers. And so hemp really plays itself really well into that market.
They were able to grow 1,700 plants per acre. David says growing hemp is a very labor-intense process from start to finish, with a lot of trial and error.
Hemp is one of those things that you've got to take a little more care in the beginning, and a lot of work goes into it at the end.
They just finished harvesting the plants, and so far, the return looks pretty good.
This is one of 5 barns currently that has 6,000 hemp plants weighing more than 20,000 pounds. Right now they are in the drying process, but the next step is bucking the flower off the plant.
And then you're left with a bucked material, which now needs to be milled, which means pulverized into small particles then, to be able to take to a processor for them to turn it into an oil.
David says Michigan could be at the forefront in the hemp industry, but not just for CBD oil.
But as we can move into different market demands, I think it's going to make things much more lucrative for the farmer. The long-term play has got to be in something more commercialized, like a long stalk fiber type hemp that they can then use for industrial applications.
David says hemp can be used for so many things that can benefit a lot of people and industries.
We are on the cutting edge of a brand new market for Michigan. But really the bioplastic impact, you've got a smokable market that's developing for people that want to experience, the plant without the psychotropic effects of, say, marijuana. It's short-sighted to only build your business model around just CBD oil.
David says in time, this industry will expand into areas where hemp can be used for things in everyday use. As for next year, David and Joe plan to expand while continuing to grow blueberries.
He's never going to stop blueberries, but he's fully supportive of doing more and more acreage. The risk is really high, meaning that just because you've produced, grown it, and processed it doesn't mean somebody's on the other end buying it.
David says he and Joe are now planning on planting hemp on a 100-acre farm next year. David tells me depending on the market, listen to this, a liter of CBD oil can be worth thousands of dollars. He says it's an exciting time to be a hemp farmer right here in Michigan. Carolyn?
Wow, certainly interesting, certainly expanding. Thank you so much, Alan.